So the farmer for today on Let's Go Farming is Mr. Bernard Mwape, and we'll be looking at how to take care of pigeons and rabbits. My name is Mutsinta Nyanga. Stay tuned. We're now joined by Mr. Bernard Mwape. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome to Let's Go Farming.
I'm fine. Thank you, madam. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for having us here at your place.
A pleasure is mine also to meet you today. You are welcome at our place.
Okay, thank you. So you are the farmer for pigeons and rabbits. So before we zero into that, can you give us a brief background about yourself? Who is Mr. Mwape?
Okay, my name's Bernard Mwape. I'm an anesthetist. I work at Livingstone University Teaching Hospital. I work in the Department of Anesthesia, theater in particular. I work also in intensive care unit. Thank you.
All right. And when did you start your farming?
I started my farming some years back. It was like a part-time thing, maybe 5 or 7 years ago. It was just on a brief, like you want to give it a trial and error. We started the pigeons with 2 pairs. It was 2 females and 2 males. There's a gentleman that I used to admire. I used to see at his place whenever I visited him. I would see a lot of pigeons around. Then it started burning in my heart to say, if this gentleman can do that, what would stop me? So that became like a passion for me. I said, okay, I'll give it a try and see how far I'll go. So I went to a certain gentleman. He's late now. I told him I need, I think, about 2 pairs. So he sold me 2 pairs. It was very cheap that time. It was 10 kwacha a pair, 10 kwacha a pair, 20 kwacha. Okay. That's how I bought. I brought them home. And of course, I'd already done like a small house, okay, for the pigeons. And that's how we put them there, the 2 pairs, 2 females and 2 males. And then I was advised that, when you buy new ones, you should buy the younger ones. Okay. So we had bought the younger ones. And then we kept them in the cage for about 2 weeks without them coming outside so that they would get used to the place. Okay. Only feeding on maize bran and water. And that's how it started. After 2 weeks, we opened. They came out. We thought they would fly away. Okay. But to our surprise, they started just lingering around there. So we said, okay, I think this is a good starting point. And that's how it started. Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So maybe we can go there so that you can explain to us in details. Okay, we should even see what's happening there.
Okay. Viewers, what you are seeing there is a house for the pigeons. We did this, we constructed this some 4 or 5 years ago, specifically for the pigeons. And when we were constructing it, we were looking at the security for the pigeons. For example, you can see that we have put iron bars. Okay, it's a security measure so that if there are cats that may want to climb up and catch the pigeons, they don't succeed because of the nature of the metals. So that's one of the security points that we did as we were putting it up. Then secondly, I'm sure you're able to see that there's a wire around, okay, the house. The reason is we used to experience eagles coming to catch the pigeons. So it became very difficult for us because it used to come every day, 5 to 6 hours early in the morning to catch the pigeons. And that time, you'd find that, the pigeons are not very, very active. They can't run away. So we lost quite a good number of the pigeons some 2 months ago. And what we thought was, let's put up a chicken wire around it. We fence it up so that even if the eagle comes to catch them, it doesn't succeed. It doesn't actually see the entrance. So even as you are thinking of putting up a house for the pigeons, think of these security points. Then the other thing that we looked at is the ventilation. You need to have enough ventilation because these birds, they are prone to viral infection. If you look at them critically, you find that they develop what we call the viral infection on their beaks. So when there's good ventilation, you are able at least to have many of them not having the disease. So we designed this house specifically for the pigeons. As you can see, some of them are flying away. Okay, there's a shade there because they need to be under the shade. Okay, and they need to stay in a place that is cool. Okay, so this is basically a house for the pigeons, and we have almost, I think, about 40 or 45. Initially, they had actually reached 70 to 80, But when they were being attacked by the eagle in the morning, we lost quite a good number, maybe 30 of them. And that's how the number reduced to 40. So as at now, we have an average of about 40 pigeons. If you want to start keeping the pigeons, it's very easy. It's not very difficult. Okay? You can start even with 2 pairs, 2 females and 2 males. Okay? So when you buy those, you bring them, you buy those that are young, not those that are old. Because if they are old, they can fly away and go back to where they came from. But when you get them when they are still young, those can actually stay in the house. So you buy about 2 pairs, and then you bring them into the house, and then you lock them up for about 2 weeks. You don't allow them to come out, because if they come out, they may fly away. They have to adopt, they have to adjust, they have to get used. So you lock them up for about 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, but in that 2 weeks, you make sure there's water. Okay, water is very, very important. And then secondly, you make sure that you give them maize bran so that they feed on the maize bran. After 2 weeks, you open the door. They come out trying to check around the environment. Once they master the environment, they'll never fly. And that's how we started. You are keeping the pigeons, viewers, there are also diseases that they actually develop. Okay, the commonest one is a viral infection that you'd see actually. They develop sores all over their faces, even all over their bodies. So what we normally do as a preventive measure, at least every month, we spray with jik. Jik is an antiseptic. So you just spray around, okay, the house where they sleep. You spray also inside where they stay. It doesn't kill them actually. You shouldn't be scared. Jik is able to kill those small insects that are able to bite them. So do that maybe every month, at least you spray inside and outside. And once you follow that, you see that even the diseases that they are usually prone to, if it's those that affect their beak, if it's those that affect their bodies, they will actually no longer be there. Okay? So follow those guidelines. They are very helpful because you can be having quite many, but again, if you don't follow the prevention by spraying around, they'll be actually having those diseases, and in the end, a lot of them will be dying. So it's very, very important. The second thing that also you need to do is cleaning inside, because there are those droppings that you'd find left inside their houses. So you clean. The hygiene has to be like the way we do even as human beings. So you clean. If it's every month, before you spray, go inside, clean, climb on a ladder, do the cleaning. Let the environment look clean, and in that way, you reduce the diseases. Deworm them as well. There's medicine that you buy from the pharmacy. If you go to the pharmacist, they will advise you, or the vet, you buy the medicine and then you put it in water. Then when they're coming to drink the water and eating the maize branch, that medicine, they're able actually to take it. And in that way, you are able to control actually the diseases. You are able also to control the worms. And in that way, you even increase their numbers. You don't keep them on a lower base. The danger is there are always cats that would come in. These birds are very, very sensitive. Once they learn that there's a cat that comes into the house, they fly away. We had that experience. Okay, a cat went in, and the way they flew around 19 hours, you'd think that like it's like they've seen a lion. Okay, the way they ran. So you need to raise the base higher enough such that it's very, very difficult for a cat to go inside. We know very well that if a cat goes in, it kills a lot of them. Even if it's going just to eat 1 or 2, but it can kill even 10. We had that experience. It killed almost 15, but only managed to eat 1 or 2. So when you're putting up, if you're a viewer that is interested in keeping up the pigeons, raise it high enough such that a cat cannot even manage to go or to climb up and catch the birds. Every 3 or 6 months, you find that it will just lay 2 eggs. And within that 2 eggs, there must be a female and a male. It doesn't lay more than that. It's 2 eggs, 2 eggs, 2 eggs. So when you're selling, if you're such a one and you're interested in this business, you sell them when they're young, not when they're old. Because when they're old, you sell them, they'll still come back. Okay, so it's a good business. When you want to do game cropping, when there are 2 men, because again, when there are 2 men, they multiply these things. They can reach even 100 or 150, depending on the environment. Okay, so you do the game cropping. And if you're doing the cropping, You usually do it in the night. You don't do it during the day. When I'm saying game cropping, I mean you have to kill those that are old and you kill them as a pair. Okay? Those that are very old, those that you want to eliminate so that you leave the younger ones. For example, this is what I mean when I'm saying game cropping. You get out or you kill those that look old. And usually that, as you are putting up or you are constructing a house for the pigeons, you will leave an inlet, a hole under, so that it's easier for you to go under and catch them in the dark. That is it about pigeons. Now I want to demonstrate how I do the spraying. I'm going to get my kit and put it at the back and demonstrate how I do it when I want to do the spraying inside and outside. So viewers, you are once again welcome. As I said, I want to demonstrate on how we do spraying. Okay. So we use the spray just like any other spray that you know about. Okay. So when it comes to spray, okay, what we are using we are using jig, the ordinary jig that we keep in our houses, and the dilution of the concentration we use 1 to 6. So meaning if I have 1 ml of jig, I'll dilute it with 6 ml of water. So have that at the back of your mind that the ratio for dilution is 1 to 6. Ml of jig, you dilute it with 6 ml of water, so 1 to 6. So if you have 10 ml of jig, you add 60 ml of water. That concentration is enough to kill the insects, to kill any insect that actually cause or viral that actually cause the infection on the pigeons. So I've done the dilution 1 to 6, 1 ml of jig. I've added 6 ml of water. And then I've pumped my machine, viewers, as you can see. And I'm ready now to start spraying. These birds are very, very sensitive. Once you start spraying, they run away. Okay? They go and perch on top of the house and wait. Then when you are done, they still come back. They don't go for good. No, they do come back. So I'm going to demonstrate how we're doing the base. I've started with the base. Okay, as you can see, when I'm done with the base, I'll move on again to spray the top. And as I'm doing this, you'll be seeing some of them, they'll be flying away because they are very, very sensitive. Okay? So if you are such a one that is interested in doing this, it's very easy if you follow the guidelines that we're giving out. Okay, so I've sprayed the back. I'm spraying now the inside. And you'll be seeing them running away once they see or they feel the wetness. Okay, I've sprayed the back. Let me spray the front as well. Spraying the front, inside of the house for the pigeons. Okay, so that in case there are those insects that are inside, they can also die. As you can see, some are running away because they are very sensitive, as I said. I'm sure you're following me. I'm done with the spraying. So this is how we do it. Okay, you have to do it at least every month, once. You use jig. There are others that may use a different type of antiseptic, but that can be advised by the vet. When you're also putting up this, you also make a very small swimming pool because they love also swimming. Okay? Then the water that you give them, you can also put the medicine to do the deworming. So we normally do it also every 2 months. Deworming 2-3 months, we put the medicine in the water. And as they drink, we deworm them. And that actually benefits us in terms of laying the eggs and hatching the babies. So viewers, going to show you the type of food that we feed the pigeons. Okay, there is what we call maize bran, the ordinary maize bran that we buy. Okay, And you also add a bit of what we call sunflower cake, because if you just give the maize bran alone, it's not enough, because that one, it's a carbohydrate, it's just for energy. But we do mix with what we call the sunflower cake to make it, you know, nutritious and have like a balanced meal. Once again, you're welcome. With me here in front of me, we have the maize bran, and we also have the sunflower cake. Sunflower cake, we took it to the miller, it was grounded actually. The same with the maize bran, it was grounded. If you look at the maize bran, when you're getting maize bran, it should be maize bran that has a bit of some seeds in it. You don't get the husks, because husks are literally nothing. So this maize bran has some seeds that you can see of maize, smaller ones that are many. And then with me here also I have, this is sunflower cake. Now when giving our pigeons, we mix it. They love it. They eat a lot of it. So we'd mix 1 cup of maize bran, 1 cup of sunflower with about a 2 liter of maize bran. This is almost a 2 liter. Okay, so I want to demonstrate to you how we do it. We do mix it with an estimation of a cup full of sunflower. Okay, mixing the maize bran with sunflower cake. Okay, you don't just give the maize bran, no, nutrition wise it's nothing, it will be just for energy, but you add also a cup of sunflower cake. When you do that, you find that your pigeons will be laying a lot of eggs. If it's for the chickens as well, they'll be laying a lot of eggs. So nutrition wise, this is a very good mixture, and that's what we use here. And you know, as you can see in the background, we are also keeping a few chickens there. Okay, so our pigeons have gotten so much used, they do feed together with our chickens. So let me take these feeders with maize bran and sunflower cake inside where the chickens feed, and then the pigeons will also start coming to feed. All right, thank you. Now done with the pigeons, we want now to talk about the rabbits. Okay, so where I'm standing, viewers, it's a house for the rabbits. We have about roughly about 25 rabbits that are still staying in this small house. Initially we had about 70 or 80. The number was so huge, and we did some game cropping. I was just given, I didn't have intentions of keeping rabbits. There's a relative in Lusaka I had gone to visit. She gave me 2, a male and a female, babies. And I said, how do I start? Where do I start from? She said, no, go and try. They're very easy to do. And I got those from Lusaka and brought them into Livingstone. What to feed them? I was just told maize bran, as usual. So we started giving them maize bran. That is, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. And to our surprise, they started multiplying. We started with 2, male and female. They gave birth 8 babies. In total, we had 10 within a space of 2 to 3 months. We saw that it was also easy to keep them, just like it is easy to keep the pigeons. So we started saying, okay, I think if we can manage to have 10 in 2 to 3 months, we can manage. So that's how we started. This is the second now consignment from the initial consignment that we had started. So as I said, these are just 25. And what we normally give them, the food, it's very, very easy. I have with me here a variety of food that we give them. The first that we normally give, that is within access, it's the leaves for the sugarcane. I know it's very surprising to people. They like this. The rabbits, they love eating the sugarcane leaves. Also have the common leaves, bondwe. Those of you that are familiar with bondwe, they also love it because it's very soft and very nutritious. Another one that most of the people may not know the leaves for the pawpaw leaves, whether dry or fresh. They love eating the leaves for pawpaw. It's very nutritious, but also it's believed that they have medicinal properties for the same rabbits. They love eating it so much. So this is a variety of food that we normally give. There's another type that also you may be surprised. These are tubers or roots of bananas. They love it. Okay, we had quite many here. As you can see, it's empty now. When you give it to them also, they eat a lot of tubers from the bananas. Love eating it. And the last one that we normally give here, it's the maize bran. Okay, as I demonstrated in the initial explanation for the pigeons, they also eat maize bran, a lot of it, together with, when you mix it with the sunflower cake. Water is very, very important. You shouldn't run out of water, because after eating all these varieties of food, they really need water. Also, these are like human beings. They also contract diseases. Okay, the commonest, you find that they lose the feathers. Okay, sometimes you see them developing sores, both sores. Okay, if you get to the veterinary officer, you explain to them the diseases that are common. Okay, it's those developing body sores, okay, losing their feathers, and also worms. So if it's worming, we do it as a routine. Every 1-2 months, deworm them. There's medicine that you get from the vet. You put it in water. They'll give you the guidelines if you're interested and you want to keep the rabbits. You put it in the water. When the rabbits want to drink water, they also drink together with the medicine, and you are able to deworm them. Okay, so you need to deworm them quite often, maybe every 1 to 2 months. You do the deworming, you put the medicine into the water. You get that medicine from the vet or from the pharmacy. And then for other diseases, if it's the body sores, you consult the vet. They're able to advise. There's some powder that we normally use, oxytetracycline. You also get that powder and you put it in water. As they're drinking the water, they are also taking the medicine for the body sores. There are droppings that you find inside. Clean as much as you can. They love clean environment. In a week, once or twice, that will be enough. Okay? When you do that, you find that even the diseases, okay, they'll be very rare. Ventilation also. Remember, when you're putting up a house for the rabbit, you need good air entry. It's very, very important, especially to those people that are in Livingstone. Extremely hot, so you need good ventilation. And the other thing that you need, these are animals that like digging and laying babies underground. So if you don't want them to come out and run away, you put a concrete under, but you create spaces that would look like holes so that they can lay their babies. And when you see that they've actually given birth, you separate the mothers and the babies, because you don't want stampede. Most of the babies, they are trampled by the fathers when they are chasing their mothers. So separate the babies, the mothers, into a private place. You block so that the males and those other bigger ones, they don't go there, to avoid attacking or stampede on the babies. So basically, when you follow those, then you'll be able actually to produce a lot of these animals. They are not very difficult. They are easy if you follow the guidelines. So let me just show you, as I give the rabbits the sugar cane, you see how they are going to scramble for it and how they are going to eat it. So this is the sugar cane leaf together with Mondwe. I'm putting it in the house for the rabbits. We want to expand even the space, okay, make it so spacious so that we can actually start even supplying other businessmen. They can be buying from us on a bigger scale. We want to run a full-fledged business enterprise in rabbits as well as in pigeons.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mwape, for showing us how you keep your pigeons and your rabbits. I've learned quite a lot. Yeah.
You're welcome, madam. It's my pleasure.
Okay, so
you're most welcome.
Yeah, so before we go, any last words to the viewers out there, especially those who want to start keeping pigeons and rabbits, on what to do and what not to do? So
to my viewers, I want to encourage you, don't be afraid. Okay, it's something that you can do it. Others, if they've done it, you can also do it. I also learned the art just like any other person. I didn't know it, but with time, and passion and interest, I've learned a lot. So I want to encourage those that have a passion, those that want to go into this business, please go for it. Don't fear. You can do it. You can make it. Thank you very much.
All right. No, thank you so much, sir, for having us.
You're welcome, madam. It's my pleasure.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Now we're looking at how to keep rabbits and pigeons with Mr. Mwape here. Thank you to the production crew. Thank you to the camera person, Mombe Hamubola. And thank you, viewers, for watching.